So welcome, this is Yogalates. We are gonna start off today with our legs spread out. Bend your knees and just kind of like make sure your knees and your toes are pointing in the same direction. Wiggle your toes a little bit, wiggle your fingers, stretch your arms out. Make sure those seat bones are grounded. Take a few little shifts side to side. Now, if you do have weights, you can pick those up right now. We're just going to keep the legs long and then shift one side and the other side. Again, if those weights are making your elbows want to bend, then just drop your weights and just do your arm weight. And also keep those hip bones grounded on the ground, those seat bones. The bones that you sit on, keep them grounded onto the ground. And we're just gonna feel into our breath right now for about the first 30 seconds. Feeling where our breath is at. Inhaling when you reach, exhaling to bring us up. And just whatever your breath wants to do, think about it. Keep those arms stretching out. My arms are wanting to bend right now. So maybe drop those weights if they're a little bit too heavy. We have about 3 more seconds. 2, 1. Now bring your arms, stretch your arms all the way up. Deep breath in, reach as far as you can up. Lift up the chin. And now exhale, dip to one side. Bring it back up, reach, deep breath. Exhale, dip to your other side. Breath is really important here. We're gonna keep going side to side. Exhaling down, inhaling up, reach. The breath is gonna help you. Go at your own pace along with your breath. Good. Keep moving with that breath. Exhaling down, inhaling up, about 20 more seconds. Should be feeling this through the arms, through the side body. All right, we're gonna start adding a twist into this in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and with your arms straight up into the air. Deep breath in, exhale, twist to one side, let your arms lower down and reach towards your foot. With your opposite arm to foot, reach. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring those arms back up. Exhale, reach back towards your foot. You can go on the inside, the outside, or above your foot, wherever feels comfortable. Again, we're just warming up into this. Inhaling up, exhaling, reach, reach, reach. If it feels good to hold on to that weight, keep holding on to it. If it's too much, then drop it. Try to keep grounding those seat bones onto the earth when you reach, especially the opposite seat bone is gonna wanna lift up. So if you're reaching to the right, that left hip bone is gonna wanna lift up and vice versa, but keep moving. We have about 20 more seconds. Just moving side to side with that breath. This is also kind of like a saw in Pilates. Warming up through the core, through the breath. This is Yogalates, so we gotta get our lattes in too, but we're stretching into it. Good, another 3, 2, and 1. Both arms, inhale up. Just keep the arms up, open up as wide as you can with the arms staying straight. And we're gonna twist. One way, deep breath in. Exhale, arms come down, just graze the ground back and up, other direction. Big deep breath in, exhale the arms down. So the breath is a little bit different. We're inhaling on the twist, we're exhaling the arms down. Inhale on the twist, exhale, arms down. Good, keep moving with that breath. Just about 10 more seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, come back to center. Now, if you don't have weights, you're gonna place your hands on one side of your leg. Let's go right side so we can all stay together. If you do have weights, you could use those weights and just use them as a little bit of a prop up. We're gonna start pulsing up the leg. Keep your foot flexed. Whatever side you're on, pulse it up. Your core is working with that leg. Use your hands to press onto the ground to help you. Should be quad and core working together. It's a little bit harder than it looks if you're doing it. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, reset, lengthen through the spine. If your spine is sloped a little bit, just twist to your other side. Reset through the seat bones, and then start pulsing up that other side. Keep that foot flexed, 30 seconds here. We're gonna come into some bridges after this, and then we're gonna start a little bit more movement. Good, keep going, 20 more seconds. Quad core is working together. 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset it. All right, we're gonna come into a bridge position. Now, if you have a block, we're gonna place our heels onto it. If you don't have a block, you could prop your feet up onto a couch or something to give you a little bit of a lift. If you do have those weights, go ahead and grab them. They're not going to be doing a whole lot right now, but just a little bit of added resistance. Now you're going to walk yourself in close to those heels, bridge up off the ground. And then we're just going to, if you do have weights, little pulses back behind you as you bridge up and down. If you don't have weights, you can place your hands onto the ground, or you could just do that arm weight. My triceps are really sore from something we did earlier this week. So this is gonna be a nice stretch and strength into that. So remember, we've got a bridge challenge this month where we do at least 100 bridges a day. So this is our first bridge circuit of the day, for me at least. We're gonna keep going another full minute of these bridges. I don't want you to just think about your count. I want you to also think about the quality of your bridge, pushing into your heels, squeezing into your glutes, those shoulders grounded. You can feel your vertebrae as you go down, but don't let your tailbone touch. And the toes are just barely off of the edge of your block. If you have a block, or if you're on a couch or something, just make sure you're pushing into your heels. Good. Keep going. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now slowly bring your vertebrae down, your spine down, move those shoulders out of the way, move your props out of the way, all the props. Take your hands behind your legs, and then just start rocking all the way back. Lift up the hips, and then come up, see if you can hold a balance. Come back, lift up the hips slightly, hold a balance. Now we're gonna start trying to get a little bit less slot, a little bit more form into this, a little bit more control. When you come up, see if you can straighten out the legs, and then go right back. Come up, Straighten up those legs. Good. This should also feel like a little massage for your back. Good. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross your legs in front of you. Come into a tabletop position. You want kind of, if you've moved away from your mat, come back to the center of your mat. You can still have your props near you though, because we're going to pick them up along the way for modification if you want, if that's something you want to do. All right, so tabletop position. Draw the belly button up all the way to the spine and arc, or no, so round through the spine. And then you want to arc. Chested. You're gonna come under my, just like a little tunnel. Inhale, lift up the chin and the chest. Exhale, round. Now start moving your head in whatever way feels good. If it feels good to move it side to side, whenever you're rounding or arcing, you can move it side to side. And then we're going to come into that rounded cat, just like a cat, like an angry cat, and start swaying around. Your feet can be flat, or if it feels better, you can curl your toes. Feel through this, feel through your back, feel through your spine. Guys, I'm sitting in a cubicle all day long, wearing an Apple Watch that tells me to stand up. Bye, Abby. Tells me to stand up. So I stand up and I start doing squats in my cubicle. Whatever you have to do to make it work, to get your body moving, make it feel good. All right, and now lower all the way back into an extended arm child's pose. Place your forehead onto the ground. This is going to be our starting and stopping point. So remember, if you need to come back here, you can come back here. And now lift up into that table, round the back, curl the toes, press it into a downward facing dog, and see if you can give it a donkey hop. And then lower back down into that extended arm child's pose. However long you need to stay in the child's pose, feel free to do that. Round back into that down dog, donkey hop. And then back into the child's pose. Arms extended, stretching out through the back. Back into that rounded cat, curl your toes into the down dog. Take a breath and donkey hop it. Back into that down dog and child's pose. So I want you to just move at your own pace, however little or long you want to stay somewhere. Feel free to do that. Maybe you want to do 10 donkey hops. Maybe you want to stay in the down dog a little bit longer. It's a combination of your breath, of that body movement, of some arm strength here. We're just going to take our time moving through this. About 45 more seconds. Just at your own pace. Really warming up through that body. Maybe you're already breaking a sweat a little bit. I know I am. We're going to start getting a little bit more heated after this. Go one more round. And after you take your next donkey hop, meet in down dog, walk your dog. Chin into the chest. Just walk that dog Don't think about too much aside from how your legs are feeling, how your arms are feeling, how your body's feeling. Don't worry about too much about your form right now. Just start walking it out, whatever resistance you might have. Now start to slow it down. Start to feel a little bit more into your breath as you move through this. All right, now when you're walking your dog, I want you to place one heel onto the ground, shift your shoulders a little bit more toward that heel, and do a little shimmy with your shoulders right to left. And then switch, other heel down, reach your chest toward that heel that's down, and then a little shimmy side to side. So we're gonna go a little bit deeper, side to side, but instead of shimmying the hips, shimmy the shoulders a little bit. All right, just about 2 more. I know the blood's probably coming down into your head. If you need to, you can move back into your child's pose. All right, and the next time that your right foot is onto the ground, extend your left leg all the way up. Deep breath. Reach that left leg up, and then thread it all the way through, step it out, pick those weights up if you have them, and reach all the way up. Deep breath in. And lower back down, back into that one-legged down dog. Reach that same left leg up, step it up, pick up those weights if you have them, reach the arms up. Almost like you're doing a warrior one. So think of warrior one, 3-legged dog. Except for warrior one, actually you're gonna be pointing your back toe out to the side. I want you to keep both toes pointed forward. And then if you want, you can add a little knee dip into this. Keep moving. The body's starting to get nice and warmed up here. Reach it up, all the way up. Option to knee dip, that back right knee down. Lift it up, lower down, left leg back up. 30 more seconds here. With control, don't worry about how many you're doing. Just think about how your body feels. Focusing on that back right heel, pressing down into the ground, back knee coming down. So just about 10 more seconds. See if you can go 1 or 2 more rounds. And the next time you come into that down dog, just stay there and walk it out. Just about 3 more deep breaths here. And then we'll switch it to the right leg coming up. Good, and then put all of your weight onto your left leg. Extend the right leg up, deep breath. Exhale, step it up. Option to pick up your weights. And inhale, reach all the way up. Then right back down into that 3-legged down dog. Now you guys know what we're doing. If you want to bend that back knee a little bit sooner than you did last time, feel free. Or just do what feels good at your own pace, about 1 more minute. Hopefully you're starting to really feel like you're loosening up. Good. Keep moving through this. Just about 30 more seconds. Good, see if you can get 2 more rounds all the way through. And finish up that last one. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Just walking out your dog. Now, if it feels good, give the top of your feet a little bit of attention. Placing the top of your foot onto the mat, just one side. Move from pinky toe to big toe, and then your other side. Good, just keep breathing through this. If you need to, at any time, you could come back into that child's pose or your cat-cow. Good, one more deep breath. And then lower the knees all the way down onto the mat. We're gonna find either a block or you could have a ring. If you don't have either of these, just think about, we're gonna put it in between our thighs. Think about your inner thighs squeezing together and your knees in line with your hips. Extend your arms out. I'm going to show you from this angle. Extend your arms out. Lean back. Sweep one arm all the way down, around, back to center. And then your other arm all the way down, around, back to center. Alternate. One side and the other side. Do it a few times without a weight. If you feel like you can pick up some lighter weights, feel free to pick up those lighter weights unless your arms start to bend. Inhale it back. Exhale to the front. Very important to lean back while you're here. That's where we get core engagement and quad engagement. Good. You guys look good. Just about 30 more seconds. It's a really good chest opener, as well as that core and quad strengthener. Also really good for your knees. Strengthening all of those tissues through your knees. Good, just about 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it back to center. All right, you can take those weights away, but keep your prop if you have a prop. Keep that in between the thighs. We're coming into a tabletop position. Our back is flat. Lift your knees up off the ground, just about 1 or 2 inches off the ground. Start pulsing the prop. If you don't have a prop, you're squeezing your knees together and then opening up. Already burning. Anytime you need to, come into a down dog. And then right back into that hovered motion and pulse. I'd rather you come into a down dog than to stop the exercise altogether. 30 more seconds here. Remember, come in that down dog anytime you need to. Good, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that prop away if you have a prop. Stay in that tabletop position. Now, I'm gonna put a lighter weight behind my right knee. If you don't have a weight, don't worry about it. Take your right knee up, all the way up, and start circling. Circle through the hip. You can absolutely do this without a weight. If you have a weight, it just adds a little bit more of a resistance. Squeeze that core, squeeze it nice and tight. Try not to let it move too much. Good. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're gonna reverse it. Next time you're all the way through that circle, reverse the motion. 30 seconds. Keep going, keep breathing. 15 seconds, we're gonna stretch and adjust a little bit. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more all the way through. If you have a weight, take it away. Step that right foot all the way up on the outside of your arm. So that right foot is all the way up. And then just start swaying. Side to side, let the knee open up to the side. Maybe the foot will even open up just a little bit, that's okay. That right foot can open up kind of like a book. Side to side. Good, another 3 more deep breaths. Good. All right, now we're gonna come back to center. We're staying with this leg up, but I want you to shift your arms so both of your arms are on either side of the leg, and then lean back and up. Lean back and up. Try to keep your foot on the ground. Your toes might want to lift up. Just for starters, we're going to keep the toes on the ground. And then we'll do a little bit more deep into the stretch. But I want you to feel that feeling of the stretch through the shin. Good. All right, now shift all of your weight back. This front foot is going to stay forward. Try to keep positioning your torso over that long leg, curling your toes onto the ground. Sink into this. Just about 3 more deep breaths, and then we're going to lift up those toes. So while we're here, I just want to tell you something I've been learning about with the pain to pleasure balance. If you can feel the pain is actually the opposite side of pleasure. So feeling, embracing into the pain, especially in this controlled environment, is actually really helpful. It's beneficial for your body, for your brain, for all of your development. So just try to feel some pleasure in whatever kind of resistance you might be feeling. All right, and now when you're ready, lift your toes up. Your heel's gonna stay down. Take your opposite hand and hold on to your pinky toe side, and then pull it in towards your shoulder. So it's your right pinky toe towards your left shoulder. You can even look a little bit over to that right side. And again, if you're feeling any kind of resistance, any kind of unpleasantness, try to breathe into it and just think about however unpleasant you can feel, that's how pleasant you can feel. So you can have the nice balancing point, just like heaven and earth, or the universe and the earth, that perfect balance. Breathe into it. 1 more deep breath. Good, and on your exhalation, we're gonna take it back into that tabletop position. So just unwind it, round and arc a few times to just make sure that spine is reset. round and arc. Making little movements, not just forward and back, but also side to side. And then we're gonna come back into a neutral spine. Option to put that weight behind your left knee if you want to. If you don't want to, your leg weight is gonna be absolutely enough. This is where you could go a little bit heavier than a light weight. And we're circling 30 seconds, both directions. Good. My hip is popping, it still is warming up into this. Strengthen into it. Good, another 10 more seconds in this direction, and then we'll switch directions. Big range of motion, especially if you just have a light weight or no weight. And it's not even very long either. 3, 2, and your other direction. Take your time, move through this. Good, 15 more seconds. Remember that pain, pleasure balance. It hurts so good. Good, 3, 2, finish up that full circle, and then remove that weight, and we're gonna step that foot up on the outside of our left hand, as far up as you can. And then those little shifts side to side with your hips, letting your foot open up as little or as much as it wants to. So whenever I say pain, I'm not talking about sharp pains. If you feel a sharp pain, don't do it. It's that dull, kind of nagging pain that helps build your endurance. Sharp pains, I mean, you're probably tearing something. We don't want sharp pains. Just the slow, easy rhythm. It's like the easy come, easy go. All of these expressions that have been around for forever. There's a reason for that. Take your time getting into it. All right, now we're gonna come back into a neutral position. Start walking your hands on either side of your leg. Remember to keep this foot flat. And then we're gonna send our hips back and forward. Send them back and forward. Good. We'll go back into the rest of our stretching for this leg. We're gonna have about 2 or 3 minutes of sun salutations, and then we have to come into some more bridges. So I don't think we did our full 100. And the next time that you shift the hips back, keep plugging your foot into the ground. If you're feeling that stretch in the top part of your foot and your shin, breathe into it, embrace it. Keep curling those toes onto the mat. Just about 3 more deep breaths. Good, and now we're gonna lift the foot up and see if you can catch your toe with your hand. Right hand, left toe. Pull it towards your right shoulder and even just look a little bit over to the left to keep getting into that stretch. 5 deep breaths here. Good, 1 more deep breath. On the exhalation, we're gonna slowly find that tabletop position. Take your time getting there. Take a few cat-cows if you need to. And then when you're ready, Curl your toes, press it back into a downward facing dog. We're gonna breathe here about 5 deep breaths. Should feel pretty loosened up by now. And really feel into that breath. Yoga is great for that pain, pleasure balance, because sometimes you purposefully put yourself in these positions, but you can take that into your daily life where you might be feeling uneasiness, and you'll already have that breath control. Good, one more deep breath here. And now we're gonna bend those knees, shift your weight back, and then either jump or step all the way up towards your hands. Place those hands either above or below the knees. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. And then slowly round it all the way up. Deep breath in, reach those arms up, all the way up. We're gonna take a squat here. So position those feet are a little bit wider than your hips. Deep breath in, and then bend those elbows down into your ribs or towards your knees. And then you're right back up, lean back. Oh, that was good. Hear my bones pop. All right, again, bring it down. Maybe widen your feet just a little bit more. Use those elbows to press. And then right back up, lean it back. Oh, yeah. Widen those feet just a little bit more. And lower it down. And then up, lean back. Keep moving with this. Maybe widen your feet just a little bit more. The goal here is to try to keep the heels on the ground when you squat down. So feel into that. If you're a woman, your hips are going to be a little bit wider. So let those feet come out a little bit wider. Keep adjusting your stance. Get that balance. Use your elbows to press your legs. Palms are together. Those elbows keep pressing out. Good. This is like total body. Through the breath. My spine is already cracked about 5 times in the best way. We're gonna go about 20 more seconds. If you feel like you want to just stay up or stay down, feel free to do that. We are going to find a crow pose in about 3 more deep breaths, and then we'll move into those sun salutation rhythms. Hopefully you feel into your stance by now. And the next time that you come down, hopefully those heels are able to touch the ground comfortably. You can either stay like that, you could put a block under you, or place your hands, if you want to come into your crow, onto the ground, start shifting your weight forward, and then see if you can balance on your arms. 3 more deep breaths here. It's just like your inner thighs are onto your forearms. Good. On the exhalation, slowly take your weight back towards your legs. Walk your hands out toward the top of the mat, and then step out into a plank line. Hold your plank, just about 3 deep breaths. And then start bending the elbows into the ribs, lower down, point your toes, take those hands low on the rib cage, lift it up. Deep breath, breathe into your abdominal muscles. Exhale, curl your toes, downward facing dog. All right, I'm gonna try to speed this up a little bit, but if you want to, you can stay in the down dog. Step or jump up, hands onto the legs, look up. Exhale down. Round it up, all the way up. Breathe. When you reach those arms up, exhale, swan dive down. Find your plank line. You can step or jump. Deep breath. Exhale, lower. Point those toes, hands low in the rib cage. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, curl toes. Downward facing dog. Just one breath. Exhale, bend the knees. Shift your weight back. Jump all the way or step up toward your hands. Inhale up. Exhale down. You can go a little bit slower or a little bit faster at your own pace. Just about 30 more seconds here. We still have to get some bridges in. Ooh, that spine should start feeling nice and loose if it hasn't already. Good. And then we'll all meet in our downward facing dog. Just about 2 more deep breaths. Oh, good, and on the exhalation, lower the knees down, cross your legs behind you, and then just shift your body weight around. Now we're gonna go into single leg bridges. Get your block or your couch or your step, whatever you are using. All right, if you want to, pick up some weights, do some arm stuff. If you don't have weights, don't worry about it. Lift up. One leg, your other leg is on that couch or the bench or whatever you have, or your block. Take your arms out to the side and then reach them together as you lower your hips down. Push into the heel that's on your prop. You could just have your heel onto the ground too. All right, we're gonna go 30 seconds each side. All focus here. Just keep focusing on that heel, pressing into the ground. Good, last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips all the way down and shift it to your other side. Lift up. And then those arms are going to go out and in. Stretch your arms, whether you have those weights or not. Stretch those arms out. We're going to do a quick little scissor core motion after this. So it's going to be like a little stretch and core. And then we're done. Just about 1 more minute. 10 more seconds of these bridges. Almost there. Push. Give it all you got. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the weights down. Extend both legs long, and then take one leg, hug it in towards your nose, and switch it. Start with your feet flexed. Hug, and switch those feet flexed. We're going to get a little bit deeper into the hamstring, into the calf muscles. We'll do feet flexed for about another 10 more seconds, and then we'll point the toes. Good, hug, switch. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, now point the toes. Point the toes, hug, switch. Hug, switch. This feels good, remember? Make it feel good. Keep remembering this feels amazing. This is a highlight of my day. Hopefully at least one of the highlights of your days. Good, another 3, 2, and 1. Take your hands behind your legs, rock yourself into a comfortable seated position. You can prop yourself up onto something if you want to. And inhale, arms all the way up. Deep breath in, palms touch. Exhale, bring it into your heart center, thumbs to your heart. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for joining.